Okay, so we're going to select our station here, Kerbin Station, as our target, and we're going to time warp so that the Kerbin Station is above us, and we're going to go there. And I'm also going to say if this thing fails miserably, I'm going to call this a test. But I know, when going to the sun, those radiators were turning on, but then I sent the fuel barge towards the sun, and I had no trouble without having any radiators, and the only thing that had temperature bars on them were the radiators itself. If I didn't have the radiators on, I wouldn't even known there was an issue. So I'm not going to use radiators. Okay. So this is on its way. Last quick look at staging. I think that's okay. All right. I'm going to wait for the target icon. Just get the end a little birdie there. Boom. How about some throttle? Go. Oh, wow. That's slow. Hopefully this will all fly okay and won't flip out on me. Does have a very, 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 very large fairing. Okay, a little bit towards the east. I don't want to stray too far from that prograde vector. Large fairings quite often turn into stuff that likes to flip around backwards. Okay, I want to adjust this to be 90 degrees because the station is in a equatorial orbit. So let's see, if I let go, does it settle on to 90? It does not. So once again, a little bit down this way. Oh, it seems to be stable enough. It seems to be stable enough. A little more maybe. All right. We're off. We're off. We're off. We're off. Maybe a little less towards the south there a bit. Oh, and reduce our throttle because our getting close to a minute from apoapsis. That's when I like to reduce throttle. Again, not quite on 90 degrees yet. Come on, pull that up a little bit. There we go. I see a fuel cell discussion going. I just don't envision a situation like I put 1,000 units of electricity on there. When booting around in the Kerbin system, the situation that has gotten me the most when it comes to electricity is if you happen to drift into an eclipse with Kerbin, and you're in Kerbin's shadow, particularly if you're heading out to like the moon or coming back from the moon and your whole trajectory is in the shadow as you go down. That can end up spending quite a bit of time in the shadow, but I got 1,000 units of electricity, and even if I run out of electricity, nobody dies. It's not a big deal. I'm not... Oh, shoot! Pay attention! I'm not paying any attention. Oh, how about fairings? Oh my gosh, not paying attention. Talking about fuel cells and just flat out not paying attention. We're all good. Didn't notice anything was up until that stage ended. We're all good. And for those people that are new to this series that haven't followed a lot, this whole thing of making an upper stage motor in around 1,000 meters per second of delta V really makes nice. It really works for a nice efficient engine, and or a nice efficient launcher. And I'm bringing that up because over the past few streams you've seen a lot of not very efficient launchers because I was just strapping together whatever will work, but this is working very well right here. Okay, we are almost at 80 kilometers on our apoapsis, so we're already in space too. And in the cargo section, I just want to make sure I did put in, yeah, my radiator is the main thing I'm looking at. The radiator. We can deploy our antenna, even though we don't really need it. We can also put on our brakes, and that will deploy those guys. And, oh, I like the angle that they're deploying, so I'm just going to leave it that way. You can adjust the amount of the deploy angle, see, like that, so when they're fully deployed, how much they go. You gotta be, if it bugs you, like, you notice that they actually separate here, the hydraulic things, so I'm putting that back to 70 there. But I noticed for whatever reason you can't see that in the VAB. Perhaps I should apply some thrust, as I am getting close to apoapsis. Pitch up a little bit because I was a little slow on the draw there. Okay, lock it back on prograde. We're almost there. I did not do that very well. This is terrible. This is terrible. I think I need to pitch up. Is that right? Oh, that's making it worse. Okay, just stop. Stop, stop, stop. You're making it worse. All right, so it's 77 by 82. 77 by 82. Let's get to our station. A little bit with the timing here. Oh, gotta come back. A little too far. Oh, interesting. Ah, here we go. I saw 0.6 kilometers. That might be my lucky number. Oh, 0.5 kilometers, half a kilometer. All right, so that burn's coming up in 22 minutes. A little quick save. We'll switch this over. Only a 2-second burn, so I'm going to reduce the throttle here a little bit just to make the burn a little longer. Okay, let's get there. F5 again. And this station, I'll let you warn. Oh, actually, the last time you saw this station, it was in a colossal mess. And it's not quite in the mess that you last saw it in. This was like 2 or 3 weeks ago. I was trying to do some rather ambitious, likely too ambitious construction on the station and left it all in pieces. You'll see when I get there. That was a weird episode. But right now, gotta do this drift burny thing. Get a little closer. Okay, 7-second burn, so I'm going to start the burn at 7 seconds, 2, and then I'm just going to go to half throttle. What I like to do with these shorter burns. And then I'm watching my intersect distance. There it is. And I believe I got it down to half a kilometer, so I should be able to do that. A little bit of RCS. Oh, that went too far. Okay. 585. Close enough. We're going to be there in 18 minutes. Okay, 5 minutes and stop, and retrograde to target. Turn this to target. Target is somewhere. There it is. And I still, of all of the videos that I post, tutorial videos I'm thinking about, the one that I get the most people saying they're having all kinds of trouble with is rendezvousing. And one of the common ones I get is they can't reduce this distance, or sorry, they can't reduce this velocity without reducing this distance, which obviously you kind of want to do both. And what I would do is like, okay, first of all, I can see that the retrograde vector needs to come towards the left here a little bit. So I'm going to put it off to the side. And I'm going to give it a little bit of thrust. And I'm watching that distance. And I'm noticing right away, oh no, it's going down. But if it were going up, I would just stop what I'm doing and try a different direction. So I'm going to keep watching this as it still as long as it's keep going down, I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. And then if all of a sudden you're noticing that it's going up, stop what you're doing. Just stop. And as long as you're a reasonable distance from your target, well, I can still keep going. You got time. You got time to process and think about what it is that you're doing. Okay, this is going quite a bit. This is going further down than I thought it would. Okay, there, it's leveling off at around, you know, and then I'm going to let myself get closer. I don't know. Maybe people get conflicting advice when it comes to rendezvousing. I've seen some people talk about making a maneuver node, waiting till you're right next to the target and just throwing on the thrusters. And sure, I guess if that works for you, but if you keep this time to target not that far, like here I'm 35 seconds, but if, you know, as long as you keep that within a couple minutes, don't let it creep down too much. You got time to think about what you're doing. Again, there it is. My encounter distance is now down to 6.5 meters. Without it being, I don't know, too arduous. And if all of a sudden I was finding, oh wait, that direction's not working for me, try a different direction. And pretty soon you get to a point where you get used to, well, if I'm this far away, I need to push it more this way and all that kind of stuff. But honestly, otherwise, it's not that big a deal. Okay, I really do have to slow down. I'm only 10 seconds away. Less than 10 seconds away. Whoa, too much talking. There we go. Actually, just keep it on that locked retrograde. Let's think about what I'm doing. We'll talk about this station. So I'm just going to more or less zero this out. That's more or less zeroed out. So this station, let's come out here, is a little bit of a mess. There's kind of no doubt about it. This is the state after I did a revert, after I ran into all kinds of Kraken issues. This is the state it came back to. I really don't like it. I was trying to do some construction to get this thing to look better, but you know, I'd kind of given up on all that. What I think I'll do, though, just gonna use a little RCS, kind of park this guy a bit, is I think I'm gonna switch over to it because the station, this thing needs to dock to this. So what I'm gonna do, because I'd rather these two hab modules be close to each other. So I'm just going to undock this. And we'll just do a little bit of rearranging here. We're going to put it on this docking port. So we'll set that as a target. Control from here. And we'll come off to the side here a little bit and come down. And hopefully I'm missing. Looks like it. Whoa, whoa, whoa. You're going to bonk against it if you go that way. This way. There we go. So we're going to try and slide this over there. I think it'll look better. I hope it'll look better. I really dislike this station, but because of the 2.5 meter docking ports. But I'm kind of loath to have to build a new one. I don't want to do that. I like to use what I got. I actually experimented between the two streams over the last week, with can I bring up a piece that will fit in here, and I experimented with a piece of let me get this out. A piece of fairing. Sorry, a fairing that was only partially constructed, so it would be like a cowling, like a tube. And the idea was that it would fit in here between these two docking ports, and then it would, when it was docked, it would cover up what's going to be this section in between that looks really ugly in my mind. And that didn't work. I could never get it to dock. It was always interfering, which I didn't like. And then what I tried to do is accomplish the same thing with one of those tubes. Those, they're in the construction thing. Those, I can't remember what their official name is, but a tube. And that, again, didn't work. The tube kept interfering. Like, I tried to put a tube in here, and it kept interfering with the docking ports. I couldn't get it to work, and finally I just gave up on that. That was one of my ideas of what I wanted to do for this stream, but it did not happen. Okay, we're going to slide this over. How are the lights and thing? Oh, wait, I want to rotate this 180 degrees so that the hatches match. There we go. I think that looks better. Yep. Okay. Getting pretty close here. There. Get a little prograde vector on the Navball. And we're going straight up now. We'll get an engineer up here. I should have a bunch of struts aboard. We'll get an engineer to strut up this section, so at least, I think it looks a little better that way. A lot of lights. We'll get an engineer to look at this, though. Oh, this guy seems to be drifting with some velocity. Whoa, 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 whoa. What are you doing? How did you get so much velocity all of a sudden? That way. Wow. Just getting it to kind of stop. Okay. So we're going to dock this right. It looks like this docking port's kind of presenting itself a little bit. And then we'll control from here. Okay, I can see I gotta move that way. Make sure this will rotate without clonking anything. Aim the camera up here at the top. There we go. Maybe the docking sort of got things moving. I don't know, but whatever. We're okay now. Still not quite going the right way. Once I could see that prograde vector, you just put the prograde vector. I can see the target icon just ghosting in there, so I put the prograde vector corner towards it. Should get us moving in generally the right direction. We'll do a little fuel transferring, and then we'll think about... oh, we got to get some Kerbals up here. This thing's not capable of doing the thing. I'm just looking at the time. Might not get out to our satellite yet, but we're putting in a lot of infrastructure, which I really like. Because the idea is, of course, that... Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. I'm way too close. Wow. I'm just chasing down. I don't think I'm there yet. How far am I off this way? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. This way. Nuzzle over this way. Darn 2D screen. Okay. Now we got it. Bonk. There we go. Okay, so that's all good, that's all good, that's all good. So what I want to do, can I shut down this engine? I can. So there is a fuel tank on here. I might as well take out some of this fuel. All I want's enough there for this thing to deorbit. I probably will want to at some point put some sort of fuel reserve on this, but for now, what we're going to do is we're going to find that decoupler right there. We're going to decouple you. And we're going to come back to this. And this should be able to orient itself retrograde and get itself out of dodge. There we go. Bye-bye. Alright, so that's gone. That's the whole reason why I put a probe body on that. Okay, so this thing's all sitting here ready to go. So what it needs is some Kerbals. So let's get down to the Space Center and get us some Kerbals. We are going into the spaceplane hangar. Just gotta pick my crew. So our ship for getting into orbit is the Rapier 2 right there. And I think it's got... Let's just check the cargo, make sure there's nothing silly in there. Nope, there's not. We got to just pick a crew. Now, Jebediah has been flying. Bill, unfortunately, is my only engineer, and I need an engineer for this contract. Scientists are now completely superfluous in this game because I have completed all my science. So let's... Well, I do have... Yeah, my lowest experienced Kerbal is Wafflebird. Now I find this interesting because in his log it only says that he flew by Kerbin, but he most certainly orbited the sun. So why he only has 2? Like, that's such a funny log there that it just says flown by Kerbin, and I've never done anything else. So okay, I guess technically he's never orbited Kerbin. Oh no, he did. He sort of did. Okay, well, whatever. I'm not going to worry about it. But we'll put Wafflebird in. Maybe that'll put him up to level 1. And we need a co-pilot. Oh, let's put in someone with some experience. So Valentina. Okay, that's our crew for this mission. Yep. So we're going to just launch. That's all we got to do. Yep. Let's put on our brakes. Let's target the station. Let's open up our contracts. So I want to do science from space in orbit around Kerbin. So that's what I got to do. We're going to do that. We're going to do that. We've got to get our station. So let's bring our station in here. We'll let the station get a little bit ahead of us, actually, because it takes us a while to get up in orbit with the space plane. Throttle up. And take the brakes off, lights on, and we'll punch it. There we go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Whoa, this thing... It really, get down. I noticed that last time I flew this thing, it really has an issue. Maybe I need to try and figure out what the heck is going on, but it really has an issue with wanting to yaw to starboard. I suppose that's that direction, and I don't quite understand what's up with that. It really wants to, it's doing it again, kind of roll a bit towards the starboard and yaw a bit towards the starboard, to the right. I don't know why. Because everything, I don't see anything that isn't symmetric on here. So, what's causing that? I don't know. It's very weird. There's gotta be something that's not symmetric. Anyway, pay attention. Pay attention. Speed. Speed is the name of the game right now. Gemini 3 had the same problem. Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, I could just kind of take parts off and reapply them. That's the typical thing. I just don't feel like it. It's very strange. Nothing that can't be controlled. Like right now it's doing fine, but just right when you take off. Once you get a certain amount of speed, it just wants the track straight, I guess. Okay, how are we doing? How are we doing? Okay, we're at 400 meters per second, 4.5 kilometer in altitude. Good, good, good. Wafflebird should become a level 1 with the result of this. That seems funny. Got, of course, our level 4s. Oh, we're going a little bit too southeast. Tilt a little bit. Pitch a little down, too. Whoa, be careful. Jeez. Very twitchy. Same thing. It's really... I don't have the time warp on, though. It really wants to roll that way. I got to investigate this. I really do. It's not making it easy. I'm a little off the 90-degree heading, but every time I make an adjustment, it wants to roll, and that's making things kind of worse, so I'm sort of living with it. Okay, start leveling off a little bit. 1,400 meters per second. Once this speed starts to level off, I'll put her into rocket mode. And that's on Action Group 1. There we go, rocket mode, and we're going to pitch up ever so slightly, maybe to about 20 degrees. Kind of hold that. My apoapsis is again about a minute away, so I'm just going to start reducing throttle a little bit. I find staying close to apoapsis makes the whole thing go a little more. It makes it take a little longer, but it's a little more efficient at the same time. How's my inclination with all of this? Yeah, my inclination is 0.8 degrees. I don't like that. I want to try and see if I can bring that down at the same time. Point a little more this way. Is that bringing it down? Yeah, that's bringing it down. Okay. Yeah, a little more this way. 0.6 degrees. .4 degrees. Yeah, maybe there's something funky with a control surface, or I don't know. I don't know. But it's all right. We're getting there. 0.3 degrees. So that's a much nicer, closer to that prograde vector. Much nicer inclination. Might not be. I won't be. Oh no! See, now it's going back up. So I got a 0.3 is going to be as low as I'm probably going to get it. Yeah, let's lock that on prograde at this point. Live with what you got. Live with what you got. It's all because, like, Wafflebird and Bill are sitting on the same side, and they're causing it to skew over. Bill needs to go on a diet. That's what's happening. I don't know, looking at the time, might be able to get out. I think we're going to get to that satellite. I think we're going to get there. We're only about an hour and 25 minutes into the stream. Once this is docked with the station, getting out to the satellite should go pretty quick. Okay, that's 80. 80 kilometers on the Apoapsis, that is. Get ourselves into space, and then I can deploy our solar panels, though we are about to go on the night side, so that's not going to help us out. And remember to do a crew report or something once we're in space. That's all you has got to do. Oh, I can't transmit it. I don't have an antenna on this thing, so I'll probably transmit it from the station. Like here, all you got to do to satisfy this contract is any kind of science. So if I do a crew report, that's science, and no, there's nothing there. But if I just keep that, now I can't transmit it because I don't have an antenna. But once I dock, I can transmit that, and that should satisfy this contract. Okay, get into Apoapsis, complete our circularization, get to the station. Bingo, bango, bongo. And let's get started here. Periapsis was already in the 30s, so it doesn't take much to finish this off. Okay, that is good. Roll this for solar panel purposes. Alright, let's see. Station. Boy, this looks familiar. It's exactly what I was doing just a little bit ago. Nope. Why this way? Okay, let's get down to 1 second intervals. Now I do have a little bit of an inclination difference, right? Because of the, 0.4 degree because of my crappy ascent, so that's going to factor into things. But nothing we can't deal with. Okay, I'm seeing 1.2 kilometers. That might be the best I'm going to get right now. It is. It is. Okay. Again, we will turn down the throttle on these engines. Let's go with 25%. Oh my god, I cannot highlight this. There we go, 25. Okay, and get to it. And we shall get to here. Yes, I have heard of the mod Persistent Rotation, and I really, really like it, but I've also had some extraordinarily terrible glitches happen with Persistent Rotation. So Persistent Rotation, for those people that do not know, is a mod that when you time warp, it does a number of things, but one of the things it does is when you time warp, it doesn't freeze all the rotation and attitude changes, which I really, really like. I like that idea. It does other things as well, but there are some horrific glitches that I've had happen with Persistent Rotation that I don't think have ever been 100% resolved, and so that makes me very gung-shy of going into Persistent Rotation. So yes, I've used it, but I'm not going to use it unless I know for sure that I don't get the glitches. And the glitches, by the way, have to do with parts that I leave in orbit. Suddenly you come back to them and parts on that have changed, have rotated. And sorry, I'm also looking at this. What am I doing wrong? Oh, I'm not looking at the right dope. There we go. When you leave complicated crafts in orbit, especially in orbit around Kerbin for some reason. Sorry, I'm backing off with the RCS because I overdid that because I was looking at the wrong numbers. Sometimes you'll come back to them and parts on that craft have all rotated. And it's terrible. And so, yeah, that's why persistent rotation isn't around. I'm just backing off with RCS a lot here. Okay, I'm underneath. Okay, let's close that. Make sure I'm just sipping the monopropellant. But right now I'm down to 900 meters, which is interesting because that was well less than what. I'll just keep. I'm just backing on. I'm holding the N key. I know you can't see it there. You can barely see that I am thrusting there. I'm under 800. I'm just going to keep holding this as long as this is going down. I'm going to keep... Like, part of me wants to almost flip the ship around the other way and use the main engines, but... Just keep doing this. Greetings from Poland. Hello, Carol. Greetings from Canada. Well, I wish I now flip. I'm going to flip it around. Sorry, it just kept going down. I'm not really using the monopropellant much because I only got the tiny little thruster blocks, but this will go faster. There we go, about 300. So about 350 meters per second. We'll fine-tune this with RCS. Okay, that's cool. 353. Funny. Anyway, they're in 12 and a half minutes. 12 and a half minutes to go. Okay, so... There's other cool things you can do with the persistent rotation mod now that we're talking about it. Like, for instance, you can set your craft so that it'll always maintain a certain attitude towards another body. So, for instance, if you have, like, a space station and you always want to keep, say, what you would consider the top of the space station with all the solar panels pointing away from Kerbin, you can set it so that the station will do that. Like, for instance, that's exactly, by the way, what the... International Space Station does. So if you want to do those kind of things, you can, which is kind of cool too with persistent rotation. Okay, anyway, same thing. I'm about a minute, just over a minute away, so let's reduce our distance here. It might be fun finding a parking spot for this. I put on a little bit of a docking node. Coming in a little fast, again. Just want to get it over with, I suppose. Okay, let's lock that onto retrograde. Station is into view. Yeah, I put on like just a collection of docking ports, of 1.25 meter docking ports, without really putting a heck of a lot of thought into their placement and what would be docking with it. I'm a little bit concerned there might not be room for everything. Tuck this down here. You open this up. Okay, where are you gonna dock? That might be a good thing. Well, whatever. Station's what it is right now. I think I can make it to here. Let's set that as a target. I can fit in there. I can fit there. I can do it. Okay. Let's... Okay. And we shall control from here. Pitch this way. Again, unfortunately, we're in the night. Oh yeah, I'm gonna fit. We're gonna fit. I thought this might be a problem, but it's not gonna be a problem. Nice, we're already all lined up nice. And we'll transfer everybody aboard this, and we're gonna fire it off at that satellite. Hello, Paranoia. Almost missed the stream. Well, you're catching the last bit of it. It'll still go. We still got some stuff to get that I would like to get done. I'd like to head out towards that satellite if I can before we're all done with this. But we have been collecting crafts up at our station here. I have a very familiar SSTO, but I built a new little runabout thing that we're gonna put these folks in, and we got a mission for them to do. And this is one of the things I like having stations for. There's lots of people that I've heard complain that there's not much use of stations in KSP, but I like using them as kind of a staging center. Place for you to collect vehicles, perhaps fuel them up, transfer crew and equipment around. Now, of course, that has to do a lot with how I play the game. Okay, okay. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. Now, let's shut down these engines before I do anything crazy. And we do have some science with no science, but we do have a crew report here that we're going to transmit. For a little bit of cash. This should complete this contract. There it is. See, science data around. Look at this. It's a trivial contract, so why not do it? Okay, and we have to transfer crew over to our brand new ship. Actually, let's transfer Wafflebird, and we'll transfer over Valentina, who I just noticed now is in the back seat. That's not the right place for her. I don't think she transferred. Oh yeah, okay. So, is she over here? Wafflebird's over. Where did I put Valentina? Is she in here? Valentina, where are you? I must have done that. Okay, I'll take ownership for that. But what I want to do is actually see if I can use Bill. Yeah, you know what? Maybe we'll make our journey out to that satellite next week. We're going to use Bill. I want to strut this. This is just a 0.625 meter docking port. So we're going to get Bill out. We're going to do some engineering. Bill has become very, very adept at this. This orbital construction business. And let's see. Construction. Done a lot of this kind of stuff. I believe these are struts, even though you cannot see them. Actually, what I can do I not have some ladder bits around? I remember thinking I should have some ladder bits around, but these should be struts. They are. So I'm going to put a strut right about there to about here. Yeah, okay. I thought I had some oh, wait. Is it here? We're just going to clean up this station. The station depresses me. Okay, there should be... I'm going to strut it, make it nice and stiff, but there should be some ladder... Oh, maybe with the revert I lost those little ladder... I thought I had some ladder bits on this, but I think I've lost them. I have. Okay, so... In you go, Bill. Here, we'll just hang on to this ladder here. Okay, more struts. More struts, more struts, more struts. From here... to here... Put them like between all the lights. From here. Yeah. Thankfully, Bill has exceedingly long arms. And on this side. Okay. And I don't like this one. Okay, so that should stiffen up that connection a little bit. That's a nice use of struts. And I'm getting exceedingly picky about this, about where they are. Okay, and I like these lights to kind of light this section up, but there are these blinking nav lights. I don't like those. So we're going to grab these and we're just going to stow them away. Maybe we'll find another use for them someday. I don't know. And I also don't like these RCS blocks on the station. They're not necessary, so we're going to grab these. And we're going to stow those away too.